Fulvic acid is a food supplement and mineral supplement booster. It is rapidly being recognized as one of the key elements in many outstanding health and scientific breakthroughs of the 21st century. More and more scientists and doctors throughout the world are discovering fulvic acid and are recognizing its extraordinary potential. Interest in the medical community has been escalating rapidly. Human beings have been ingesting fulvic acid complexes regularly for over 60 years in supplemental form, and for thousands of years from natural food and plant sources. The new discoveries involving fulvic acid are very similar in nature to the recent important discoveries of valuable phytochemicals in vegetables that have always existed but were previously unknown. Fulvic acid has always occurred naturally in organic plants and soils, yet its recent discovery and tremendous value is now just beginning to be recognized. Clinical studies on animals and humans are always ongoing, and updated information will be forthcoming. Preliminary findings show that the most prominent diseases and health problems of our day have been dramatically affected in positive ways by supplementation with fulvic acid. Fulvic acid comes from ancient deposits of lush plant matter that were buried and naturally composted over millions of years, resulting in the purest, most concentrated form of organic matter referred to as humates. Humic acids are an all-natural, pure organic substance that is the nucleus of these deposits of organic humate, created by natural, beneficial microbial activity. Its function is to dissolve and convert the metallic and mineral molecules in soils into a form that is readily usable by plants, animals, and humans. Plant life assimilates these powerful humic fulvic substances along with the dissolved or chelated minerals and passes them on through the food chain, which is to say that fulvic acid can be obtained from nutrient-rich food, provided, of course, the soil is rich with these substances in the first place, and not severely depleted, as is more and more typical with today's over-farmed and over-fertilized soils. It is a well-known and publicized fact that our soils are depleted from poor agricultural practices. The sterile soil conditions brought on by the overuse of chemical fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and erosion prohibit microbial activity and the formation of fulvic acid, making it nearly impossible to obtain sufficient amounts of fulvic acid through our food source. Fulvic acid and mineral-rich supplementation is an excellent way to counter the deficiencies found in our foods today. For decades now, mineral content in a large part of America's farming land is seriously deficient in vital trace elements. This issue, as it regards to personal health, has been known since 1936. The situation is so serious that the United States Senate in 1936 warned the American people of major mineral depletion due to modern farming methods. This Senate report was based on a study conducted by Dr. Charles Northern. It was further supported by research completed at Yale, Rutgers, Johns Hopkins, Columbia, and the U.S. Department of Agriculture. Dr. Northern demonstrated that countless human illnesses stem from the fact that impoverished soil of America no longer provides plant foods with mineral elements essential to human nourishment and health. This statement transcends beyond the borders of America and is true throughout the world.
One of the most important things on the planet is fungus. And of course, most of us, when somebody says fungus, we go, ugh. But the reality is that without fungus, we'd all be over our eyeballs in dead leaves and dead animals, because the purpose of fungus is to take dead organic material and turn it back into dirt. Now, that so-called dirt contains a mixture of organic acids called humic, H-U-M-I-C, and one of the humic acids is called fulvic, F-U-L-V-I-C.
How this works is that as organic material is broken down in the soils by microorganisms, it produces the fulvic acid. What fulvic then does in the soils is that it takes the minerals in the soil, the inorganic rocks, so to speak. It makes them into organic, ionic, cell-ready species and actually takes it from the earth into the plant and delivers it to the plant cell. That's how plants are supposed to get their nutrition.
Fulvic's role is to open cell membranes to allow nutrients in. And the humic contains all the known vitamins, all the known minerals, all the known amino acids.
In our modern agricultural practices, however, they use these fertilizers and pesticides that stunt the microorganisms in the soil. What then happens is that none of the fulvic is produced. Therefore, none of the minerals from the soils actually get into the plant and get into the fruits and vegetables that we're supposed to eat. That is why a lot of produce is like plastic, essentially.
So when we harvest that plant and eat it, we run out of humic and fulvic, and now our cells won't function normally. So fortunately, there are some deposits around the planet where there has been dead organic material that stayed wet enough that it didn't turn into coal, and those can be harvested and then made into a nutraceutical that we can substitute or supplement ourselves so that indeed we have the humic fulvic.
Fulvic acts like little mini batteries going around and charging everything up that it comes in contact with. And so it raises the voltage. This is very important. This voltage level is very important so cells can divide, we can heal ourselves better. When our cells' membranes are fully charged, then nutrients can get inside the cell easier. When nutrients are inside the cell, they take part in biochemical processes that support our wellness.
While there is a vast range of medical benefits of fulvic acid, it must be understood that when taking fulvic acid for serious ailments, it should always be used in conjunction with professional medical assistance. Fulvic acid is a supplement and not prescribed as a standalone cure. An extensive number of studies show that humic extracts, specifically fulvic acids, effectively and safely kill the HIV/AIDS virus. In fact, one pharmaceutical company has patented a humic-based drug that purifies blood for transfusions, killing the HIV virus without damaging blood cells. Fulvic acid is the most effective natural treatment against viruses of all kinds. Comprehensive studies show that fulvic acid is effective against common cold and flu viruses, including respiratory tract viruses, retroviruses, influenza viruses, herpes simplex viruses, just to name a few. Fulvic acid, when administered both topically and orally, are proven to regulate the immune system as powerful immunomodulators. In studies with hospital patients with rheumatoid arthritis, an autoimmune disorder, humic extract supplementation had a 92% success rate. Patients with cancer-causing tumors of the esophagus had a 100% success rate in preventing tumor progression into the cancerous state when treated for 2 years with a fulvic extract solution. Outpatient medical hospital studies on thyroid tumors, some cancerous, showed that the injections with a special fulvic extract was 90% successful in stopping tumor growth and diminishing the size of tumors, with 80% of patients having complete cures. Fulvic acid has been found to enhance the metabolism of proteins, RNA, and DNA. It increases the DNA contents in cells, and it increases the rate of RNA synthesis. These increases can aid in slowing the aging process and boosting the immune system, brain, nervous system, blood system, and sexual reproduction system. They are also important for repair of tissue and muscle growth.